It's Tuesday, November 26th, 2024, and it's a rather brisk one. You can see that that winter has arrived. We seem to get a little more snow every day, and temperatures have been consistently between, -4 and -7 here. But I'm standing here with the honey house door open because I need to fix my warming cabinet. Now, when I built this warming cabinet, well, the temperature of this warming cabinet to melt my granulated pails, I need to run that at 47 C. Is just a lot of trial and error there, and just trying to find a temperature and a length of time that works. And with 600 pounds, running that 47 C for a week, perfect. So problem is, I ran it for a week and the temperature inside was only 38 degrees, and I see now it's 37. So that really can only mean one thing. That means that one or more of my light bulbs are burned out. I know they're not all burned out because I can see the light, but probably there's some of them not working. Now, when I built this cabinet, I didn't, the heater box is in the bottom. That's that horizontal part in the bottom. I didn't put a really good latching system. It's just screwed on there, so I have to take the screws out on each side to take that panel off and see what's going on and remedy the situation. So about to do that. It's about -5 now. So it's a little cold, but this whole thing is warm, so keep my hands warm. Now this panel is just going to fall off here. Now, when I built this, I just made the part where the light bulbs are just sitting on a floating panel. Yeah, so 2 of these are burned out. The fans just plug in here, so I can pull this out. You can see that 2 are not working. Now, these are 150 watt bulbs, which are not really all that hard to find, but they're not real common. So I have to put 100 watt bulbs in here for now. See, I broke this one fixture putting it in, but oh well. So I have to go get a couple of bulbs for that. So we can see that 300 watts is not enough to bring the cabinet up to temperature. It does a pretty good job, but it's not quite enough. So put these 2 in here. These are 100 watt bulbs, so we've only got 500 watts. I had 600 and it was enough. So now I have there's a piece of sheet metal up here so that the bulbs aren't warming the plywood box. Pretty easy repair. But the problem now is this cabinet is not really fine furniture. The problem now is that my process is off. How much time do I have to leave that in there now is the question. I don't know. It'll be up to temperature probably in about, well, the honey in there is probably running 36, 37, or 8 degrees even. So I don't know, it'll be up to temperature at 47 likely by midnight. So I don't know how long I need to leave it. I normally have my little temperature sensor here inside, but I think the batteries are low. I have to put new batteries in it because then I can actually watch the temperature on my smartphone and my PC to see what's going on in there. So I have yet to actually take the reducers out and move the bees in there, so we have to do that yet. I think you can see better than I can in here the way the camera compensates for the color. So I'll just get right into this. What I need to do is take each of these stacks, move it back here where I can sort of into the light where I can see it. And then get these entrance reducers taken out. It's not very exciting stuff. Well, it gets exciting if the bees get too cranked up. And sometimes messing with the entrance, it does crank the bees up a bit. It's nice to see the bees a little bit. I can see that there's activity, see that there's life in these boxes. Okay. Now, I hope this works. Get that right back in the corner here. There's a lot of moisture there. This one doesn't have one. It got missed or fell out or something took it out. It seems like it's kind of tippy, but it's not really. They're very stable. And I'll leave a little space. They don't need to be touching by any means. Oh, try to move it over, but the lid moves. Okay. I hope there's bees in these. I did see bees when I moved them in. Oh, there's bees there. There's bees there. Well, they're not all dead. There's lots of bees here. I can hear them right by my head. So I know a lot of you watch Ian's channel. I watched his latest video this morning. And you may be thinking, well, you can't put them in that close and that tight because you have temperature regulation issues. And you're not wrong. However, here's some reality of this. Ian and I compare notes a lot on this system. There's a lot of discussion involved just to You know, it's nice to be able to talk to somebody about something, because sometimes things only make sense when you try to explain it. And here's the reality. He was saying that the the recommendation for hive density, and what I call hive density is the relationship between how many colonies are in here and how big the building is 15 to 20 cubic feet per colony. And and he does struggle a little bit, because he said that he's at 15, so he's pushing the bounds of how many colonies that he really should be putting in that building, and that's showing up with a bit of a struggle to keep the hot spots down, etc. Well, my hive density in here, the cubic feet per colony is over 60. So that means that I can have a lot more control over the just the ambient temperature in here. The hives are not having as great an impact on the building, and they're only going to be three deep here, right? They are kind of close together. They're, I don't know, they're maybe 2 to 4 inches apart, but they're only 3 deep. So from my experiences, this is, I think, the 3rd or 4th year I've done this. They're fine. Last year, I know most of my bees died last year, but they didn't die in here. They were mostly dead by the time they got in here, I'm sure. So that's just the reality of what's going on here. Some of these, I just sort of brought them in here with the tractor, quickly, and some of them didn't get set down on the pallets very well, so I have to lift them. So I'm lifting, one side of these 2 pallets. It's not that bad. They lock in real nice. The system of interlocking pallets and covers is really, really nice. Well, there's bees here for sure. It's good to see. So putting them in entrances away from me means I can't fuss too much in the winter. I can't come in here and look to see what I've got. That's okay. Every year I do this, I fuss less. I just leave them alone and go do other things. Wow. Well, they didn't care for that. Well, it's a bearding. I don't have any lights on that side, so it helps to turn them so I can see. Bees are starting to go down my neck. The bees in my jacket. They love crawling in that fleece jacket. They crawl everywhere. They get on you and they just crawl into all the nooks and crannies. This is the one mismatched pallet. A single and a double on the one pallet. I'm glad I'm taking these out today because there's a lot of moisture here. So these hives, I think, definitely need some ventilation. 3 more stacks. And these stacks are all nukes. Oh, some of them are coming alive. A couple down at the bottom are looking strong. Actually stinging me. It's nice to see them when they're strong, but it makes this a little more difficult. This is going to work out nicely. I'll end up with a nice open space there for storage. That one's kind of strong. Two of these little 6-frame polystyrenes. Can just leave the pallet jack right there out of the way. Well, there it is. 2024 wintering configuration. I just watched a video. Mike Berry put video and he was voicing things that I think all beekeepers think this time of year. And those are things like, did I do enough? Did I do too much? Do they have what they need? All of the unseen things, viral loads, nutrition, if there's any pathogens and pesticides, etc., affecting your bees, you can't see that. And for now, this is what I have. Boxes. I've got wooden boxes in my building. That's all I have until spring. And I won't see what's in these boxes probably until at least the 1st of April if, you know, my seasonal pattern holds this year. So that's a long time. It's a long time. However, it's what did I say, the 26th of November? This is about the latest I've it is the latest I've put my bees in. I can't remember 2016 I put my bees in inside for the first time. It was late because I didn't make that decision until middle of October, and they wintered well, but now they're in. So December, January, February, March, it's 4 months. 4 months and a week they've got to sit in here, which is pretty good. You know, we've mostly skipped over November as far as that goes, but doesn't mean they haven't been confined, because they have been confined for quite some time now. The weather has not been warm enough for flight for a couple of weeks anyway. It was late, you know, but they were able to fly. So, you know, just talking about that, and when I saw that video that Mike did, I thought, you know, you're so right. You're so right. Did I do enough? Did I do too much? You know, it's such an unknown game, this beekeeping. And, you know, I've had losses. I've had good years. I've had losses. I've had disasters. Last year was a disaster. So let's hope I don't get another disaster this year. Anyway, thanks for watching me move the bees. Well, not move the bees in, move the bees over, I guess. So, take care and have fun. It's Friday, November 29th, 2024. It is a chilly one out here. It's minus 15 C. There's a little bit of a west breeze going here, and that makes it cool. It's 2:30 in the afternoon, and you can see how long the shadows are. I've only got about another hour and a half of, well, an hour and a half until sun goes down. There's not much twilight this time of year. So what am I here doing today? I got my quilt boxes put on here last weekend on Sunday, and sorry I didn't video that. It was kind of a quick thing. It was like -7, and it was overcast. It wasn't even sunny like it is now. And so I came out here and put those on. I put the tape around, so I removed the migratory cover. I put the box on, and then I put tape around the seam. So that's good. And you can see the snow is starting to build up on there. That's perfect. You know, I just scooted that aside to show you, but I don't really want to do that. So what do I have to do here today? Unfortunately, I only had enough, about half enough shavings. So these boxes are only about half full. I was able to go out to a place today and get some shavings. They're a little bit fine for what I wanted, but that's all I could get. And so I've got them here now, and I'm going to fill these boxes the way they should be. Now these shavings, I call it a bale. I call it a bale of shavings. It's pretty big. And put that up here. There's a couple of ironic things about this. I don't know if you can see what's written on there. It says Swan. The reason it's called Swan shavings is that those come from a town called Swan River. Well, Swan River is my hometown. It's about 300 miles northwest of here. And the other ironic thing is I'm buying wood shavings. When I was growing up, we ran, my grandfather bought a lumber planing mill in 1936, and we ran it right up until I was long gone off the farm. And we had a shavings pile the size of 2 houses on that yard. We used to insulate buildings and houses and everything, use wood shavings for just everything. And they were just free for the taking kind of thing. Well, now I'm buying those. They cost me, just for interest's sake, cost me about $7.50, $8 for that bale. I bought 4 bales. And this says it's 3 cubic feet compressed. These are highly compressed in these bags. And it says it's 9 cubic feet before being compressed. So, you know, that's 3 times. So if you think about that one bale, after you kind of take them out, fluff them up, you've got 3 of those. All right. So what I have to do is I just need to take the lid off, cut that bag open, and put some shavings in each of these boxes. Still got my smoker was still hot after working out here on Sunday, so I left it there. Now you'll notice that not every hive has a quilt box on it. Actually, out of the 26 that I had prepared for winter here, 11 of them don't have quilt boxes. And the reason for that is they are deceased. So I'm not real confident about what's going on here. I don't feel a lot of heat coming out of that either. So I won't be able to wear my gloves for this. Another bit of trivia about these shavings. These are exactly the shavings that the Budweiser Clydesdales bed on. My brother used to haul these from Swan River to, I don't know, wherever the Budweiser Clydesdales are. He used to tour those barns. He said those horses just live like royalty in those barns. So these are the same shavings that the Budweiser Clydesdales bed on. So you can see they're a little bit, you can see that breeze now. They're a bit fine for what I really would like, but it's all I could get. And tonight, I was listening to the forecast, and tonight the wind chill here is said to be going to minus 30 degrees. So I definitely want to get some more insulation on these girls. It hasn't really been that cold all week. It hasn't been really very cold at all. It's been hardly cold enough that I would insulate my hives at all. You know, let alone get too carried away with it. So fill that right up. Okay, so I filled that half of that deep, and you see what a dent I made in here. Not very much. And I don't want them compressed, so they have to be fluffy in there. Okay, that'll offer them some good R value. If there's anything left in that box, I don't know. I'm not too confident at this point. And it's the bees. It's not the kind of weird wintering system I have going here. It's the bees are just not healthy or something. This was actually the one remaining colony that had the apitablet only treatment on it. All of the others have passed away. So the other 2 here are the 2 of the last remaining 3 apitablet. This one passed away, and it was not. It was a regular treatment hive. So I don't know if the apitablet only, I had dismissed it, but I don't know if it was a problem or not. I didn't know how many of these bags to buy. I bought 4 of them. I had big yellow garbage bags full of, you know, loose wood chips, wood shavings. I keep calling them wood chips. Wood chips, I think, are bigger than shavings. But I had big orange bags, and I was getting 4 colonies. 4 quilt boxes out of a bag. Just stick my hand down in here and see if I can. I hear them. I hear the bees in there. There's a really nice sound. Yeah, when I put the quilt boxes on, even the live ones didn't look great. And there was, of course, the ones that were not alive. I didn't bother with a quilt box, so I had made more quilt boxes than I needed. How come it was blowing in my face when I was facing the other direction, and now it's blowing in my face again? Oh, that's weird. This is spruce wood. I can smell it. It smells like spruce trees. It's made of spruce trees, right? I've got a 1/2-inch shim on my cover, so I can fluff this up a little bit. It doesn't have to be down in the box, but I want the cover to sit flush, so I have to do that. Weird working bees out here when it's this cold, eh? Yeah, I hear bees in that one too. I just need them to live the winter. That's all I need. And we're doing good because it's nearly December. You know, this Friday into Sunday is December. So we've already kicked 1 month of our winter. 1 month of our 5-month winter. November, December, January, February, March generally is our winter as far as the bees being locked up goes. I hear bees there too. Just a little bit of a whoosh. Just a little, sounds like a little tiny waterfall, is the way I think it sounds. Have to be careful not to dislodge the quilt box. I set this heavy veil on it because it is heavy. I tell you, it is heavy. This is one really nice thing about this pallet system. Always having a neighboring beehive to help you set equipment and tools and stuff on. Boy, they really pack those in there. So this is 4. You know, my count might be about right because this is 4, but I've only filled them approximately half. And I've used not quite half of this bag. So I'm not too far off my estimate that one of these bags would do 4 boxes. Probably a pretty close estimation, and it's conservative, so you won't run out if you buy that many. I think that's good. Sure is cold. It's cold on the hand. Laura, if you're watching, that's one of yours. Unfortunately, that one of yours didn't make it. There's one more of yours around here somewhere. I'd like that little bit of snowpack to stay on top. I hear a little something there. Do that. House I grew up in was insulated with this stuff. A little more coarse. And he said that the stuff that they sell in the summer is a bit more coarse than what they sell in the winter. So if I had been a little more proactive, I could have gotten a little more coarse shavings. But this is what I needed and this is what I could get. So it is what it is at this point. It's still good R value. It's very good R value. Yeah. So there's only still about, I don't know, what do we got? 3 inches of snow. Doug out west has been getting tons of snow and cold. It's not been as cold here and not as much snow. A little bit of snow in there. I don't want that to get in there and melt. Oh, I pushed it off at the top of that hive. It's not good. That's a James McNally, 23. James McNally, 24. That's one of the queens that he sent me, a second round. And that description might not mean much to you. This is also the same description. I just mention it because James might be watching and connect in that regard. It's remarkable how fast these triple in size as soon as you touch them. There's no fluffing required. It's kind of neat that they can reduce those shavings to 1/3 of their volume. I didn't listen to that one. Oh yeah, that's a good one. That sounds, lots of sound there. I do hope a few of these work out. You know, it was a little bit of a rough preparation period, but well, I did what I could do. I am a little concerned about the ones that don't have a pallet mate. So this is what concerns me. You know, this hive, for example, the shared wall here would normally have a colony there that's, you know, going to be producing heat, etc. Well, now it doesn't. This is dead. There's nothing warm in here at all. And I was driving along thinking about that situation, and I thought, you know, it'd be a little bit of work, but I could pull these 2 boxes and take these insulation pieces and screw them to those boxes so that they're insulated by themselves. If I'm going to do that, I'm going to pick a warmer day, because this is what's on the menu for today. When I'm done this, I'm done working in the cold. I don't care for working in the cold at all. I forgot to listen. Little hum. Oh yeah. They are there. These wood chips, wood shavings, in the spring when these boxes come off. I have a buddy who does this, and he takes them and he dumps them in a layer in his heated garage and lets them dry out, and then he puts them back in the boxes for storage. I think that's a really good idea. I don't know if I could do that, but and if I have too many, they make excellent smoker fuel. Of course, all summer I wouldn't use one of these bags in the smoker. My bees being as gentle as they are. that foamy is on there just for storage, just so they're here in the spring when I need them. Okay, well, that's one bag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they were half full, approximately. So one bag did 5 quilt boxes. I guess if these are good enough for bees, they're good enough for horses, right? So I say that if they're good enough for bees, they're good enough for horses. That kind of puts bees above horses. I think that's fitting because I've never heard anybody say, well, if all the horses die, human race is going to go extinct. Never heard anybody say that. Be a lot of people go hungry, I suppose. Because if all the horses died, you might not sell as much beer. Does anybody know how to measure R value? And R is the R in R value is resistance to heat transfer, and I think R1 is wood or something. I don't know what that value is. I should look that up. So I wonder how you would take a material. It should be pretty easy. You could warm up one side of the material and then measure the temperature on the other side. You should be able to determine R value that way. Just wondering what R value this stuff really has. It's pretty good. I think it's pretty much what fiberglass insulation is, to be honest. This one I see I forgot to put tape around it. It's good that this is holding the snow, because as the snow builds up here in the winter, that'll block the wind from the crack there. Well, this one's actually full, or mostly full. There was just the one that I had enough to fill. I like trying to guess the engine on the aircraft as they go over. I'm getting pretty good at it. I heard that coming and I thought, single engine turboprop. That's exactly what it is. I'll just put this right on top there. Oh, I didn't listen again. I'm gonna stick my hand down under and see if I can feel anything. Okay, that's it. I'm cold. Now I've got extra equipment sitting around out here just to break up the wind a little bit, and over the winter to catch the snow. I would prefer, if we got enough snow, that these hives get snow banked, at least some, and if there's enough snow, I'll actually assist that situation with the snowblower. And the snow is an excellent wind block, and it is an excellent insulating factor. So that's it for this week. I'm going to go in where it's warm, and I'm going to wish you a happy weekend, and happy Thanksgiving weekend to all my American friends too. Even if you're not my friend, happy American Thanksgiving weekend. I know it was yesterday, but you're not watching this till tomorrow anyway, so what does it matter? Thanks for watching. Take care and have fun.